So, welcome to my garden, one of my gardens. I thought I'd show you today what I grow here, or what I wanted to grow and what I ended up growing, because there is a big difference there. So I have quite a few rows here. You will not be able to detect them because, well, they are overgrown right now. I haven't been able to keep up with this part of the garden, unfortunately, due to the many projects I have running at this moment. But I thought I would tackle this garden this week, one row at a time. I have about 6 rows here, so that way we should be able to do it. And I think, it might be nice if I tag you along, getting this done row by row, and I can show you that way what I've actually been growing. So this first row here, as you can see, is completely dominated by the borage. It is the first time that I've grown this. Almost everything in this row is basically from seed starters that I got from my neighbor. She got the seeds as a giveaway in a local supermarket here, and she had way too much, so she was so kind to share with me. Now this is borage, as you can see, and this is been the best surprise this year. I have never grown this plant before, and it is so full of pollinators, like you wouldn't believe. I will definitely grow this every single year again. The other upside of this plant is that it is edible. The flowers are edible, the leaves are edible, for humans, for rabbits, and for chickens. Yes, chickens. You hear them in the background. And this plant has been so full of pollinators throughout the summer, and it's still full of pollinators, as you can see. I love it. So I'm not gonna cut it back. I want to try to harvest my own seed from it this year. I hopefully will get a lot of it, because I really want to have this plant in my garden a lot next year. So there's some weeds in there, as you can see, so we're gonna tackle that today. And the rest of the plants is basically a mystery, so I don't know. We have obviously salad greens here that are shooting up. I want to harvest the seed from that as well, which I should be able to. We have our loyal companion, the Stingy Nettle, growing all over the place. So we're gonna tackle that as well, some other weeds in between. Now I do know that these are also from seeds. I just can't remember what the hell it is supposed to be. Ow, that was stingy. Oh, that was really stingy. Oh my god, I think something just bit me. I know something just bit me. The spider just bit me. Man, that hurt. Alright, lesson learned. Don't touch plants without gloves. Speaking of gloves, I have some new ones today, so I'm gonna get them on, and we're gonna try to get some of this mess cleaned up, and then we can make the chickens happy with what we have on weeds. This place in my garden has been so overgrown with stingy nettle like you wouldn't believe. And it's just this place. I mean, I have stingy nettle like almost everywhere, but here it's so dense, really. And I love stingy nettle. I mean, it's great soup. It's the best soup you've ever eaten, really. If you don't know how to make stingy nettle soup, just look it up on the internet, or maybe I'll make a video about it. But this is not a weed. This is like real food. But I just don't want it to grow here. Oh, what we have here, another rock. Things still come up from the garden like you wouldn't believe, although I tilled it once just for starters and I got a lot of it out. There's still stuff that comes to the surface. I think we might just have found ourselves some carrots here, so I'm gonna, yeah, definitely carrots. Look at it. You see? Carrots. So got one out there. Just a little one. That's gonna go to the rabbits. As you can see, most of my weeds have like a very long taproot, and that's basically because although I have tilled this soil once, it's still very compact. It's just sand. There is no soil here. It's just sand. So basically I'm just growing in sand. And what these weeds tell me, when you have a lot of weeds like this, you know, with a taproot, stingy nettle is like one of those, and I have no idea what this weed is called, but anyway, how do you call those flowers? Dandelions, stuff like that. You know, when it has a taproot, it basically means that your soil is way too compact, and you should get some air in it. I am going to try that by doing different things. One of them is going to be adding a layer of straw at the end of the week. So this is a taproot, this is a weed with a taproot, and that tells me that this soil, although it has been tilled once early summer, it still is way too compact. So here I'm not gonna bother to go all in. I just wanted to show you the borage, which has dried and now has hopefully some pods on it. So I'm gonna harvest this, gonna leave it alone now. You can see the seed pods right there. So I'm gonna leave it alone, gonna come back, we're gonna cut this so we have some new seeds for next year. So here you can see some bright lights coming up. They have been nibbled on, but they're gonna make it, I'm quite sure of it. So I cut up my borage, and this will go to the rabbits. So I've got my first row tackled, and I'm quite proud of the difference that it made. But it also showed me that a lot of plants that I originally planted here just didn't make it. So let's start with these ones here. That one, that one, that one. I think it's all aubergine plant. I am not sure of it, but I forgot to write it down. And I know I asked my neighbor again, but I forgot again. So I think these guys are just, excuse my shadow, but it's just high noon. I think these are aubergine plants. Now obviously they will not produce anymore this year, which is quite normal this late in the year. We are, after all, September. However, these leaves are green. The leaves are green, which means that they are photosynthesizing, which means in turn that they are putting sugars into the soil to feed any microbial life that's in there, to basically feed the soil microbiome. And so I'm gonna leave them here because, oh, here's another weed, I forgot. It's sometimes hard to see. As long as these leaves are green, they are photosynthesizing. So I don't mind that they are not producing. They are doing the work for me. And when they completely die, I will remove them and I will try to keep the root inside the soil. So I'll cut it off right here. And that means that that root can also serve as food for the microbes, and will add, obviously, hopefully, to the health of my soil, which isn't great at this moment because it's basically the first year that I'm having this garden here, and I started out with basic sand. So let me give this quickly to the chickens. All right, guys, you want some more? Well, they've already eaten everything else. So back to the garden here. We have here different varieties of lettuce, which I already pointed out. This one tipped over, but that's not a problem because, as you can see, the blooms are coming, and that means the seed is coming, and that's why I have these. I am not taking the leaves off to eat because, well, they won't be that tasty anymore. However, I can feed the chickens with it in times of need. I can feed rabbits with it in times of need, but there is no time of need right now. So I'm going to let these plants photosynthesize as much as they want and produce lovely, lovely seed buds for me. So we will be able to enjoy them a lot more. So right here I found this little flower, and I knew that that wasn't wheat. And it is a vine that goes all the way through here. And this is a gigantic pickle. First year as well that I have sown these, and they've done really well. And that plant really basically starts in the other row, which we will tackle tomorrow. And the only thing that is left for me right now basically is to make sure that I get my first seeds. So that's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow we will be tackling that row all the way until the end and see what kind of surprises we have there. So I'm gonna get my seed pots and I'll see you tomorrow.